Hey guys, welcome to the Fiat Diaries, Lucy Diaries 36, and we're going to be talking about what we believe, unpacking the mass a little bit more. And my youth group kids painted this one for like a scroll for what we believe. So I've talked about already in the liturgy of the word in mass, we have the readings and the gospel reading and the homily. And then after that, we have the creed, and on Sunday masses and solemnities, we have the Nicene Creed read out, which is a longer one. And this is also known as the profession of faith. So we stand for this one because we're saying what we believe. And the word creed in Latin translates to, or comes from the word I believe. So we're saying what are the absolute core truths of our faith that we do believe. And in it, it talks about who God is, who God the Father is, who God the Son is, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. So it breaks out the Trinitarian God. So one God, three persons. And then their role in salvation history. And then it goes on to say what the four pillars are of the Catholic Church. And it's so of the church is one holy, Catholic, and apostolic. So there is one church unite, and we're all in union in this one. It's holy, so it was founded by Jesus Christ. And Catholic, it's Catholic means universal, and apostolic. So it was began with Saint Peter, the first pope, and the apostolic line has continued from him to this very day. So 2,000 years of a line of popes. So those are the four pillars of the church. And then it says, apart where we have one baptism for the forgiveness of sins, and we look forward to the resurrection of the dead and the life of the world to come. So recognizing that this is not it, and we're striving towards heaven, and we're looking forward to that. So we stand in, when we proclaim this, what we believe, and there's a part where we bow, and that's when it says how Jesus was incarnate and became man, so God became man, and we bow at this point to show that reverence and respect, because that is the amazing thing that God did for us. I mean, he did so much for us, but that is the very crux of it all, that he became man so that we could become like God in a sense, or not God, but like him, and join him in heaven. So that's all about the Nicene Creed. So the creed, the profession of faith. And then the last part of the liturgy of the word is the prayers of the faithful, also known as the universal prayer. And these are petitions that are read out from the community, for the community, and for the intentions of the world. Kind of just summed up, and they say, Lord, hear us. And we all say as a community, Lord, hear our prayers. And so there's generally an order, but I think it's kind of flexible. But yeah, it starts with, for the needs of the church, maybe the first intention, then for public authorities and the salvation of the whole world, then for those burdened by any kind of difficulty, and then lastly for the local community. And they may mention people who have passed away recently in the parish, or whose death anniversary happens at this time. And yeah, we just lift up those prayer intentions as a community united, and we lift them up to God. And then the priest may allow a time for you to reflect on your own prayer intentions in your heart. And I love this part because I really lock in at this point, and yeah, just think about what I've been praying for, and really pray for those things and implore God to help for those intentions that I have. And yeah, as I've said before, the Mass is the most, or the highest form of prayer. So when we offer our prayers for our intentions in the Mass, it is really powerful. So yeah, that's a little bit more. This is just a short video today, but the Creed could be unpacked in a whole series in itself, because there's so much loaded in there. But I guess that's could be for another time. But my intention is to have that as a youth group term theme and just break the Creed open over 10 weeks, because there's so much to what we believe and what it means for us as Catholics. But on Sunday, when we had this talk at youth group, just to sum up everything, the person who was speaking said it's good for us to have questions in our faith. It's good to question, and if we just went along and didn't really think about it, and or allow these questions to come up in us, are we really believing in what we believe? So sometimes we need to grapple with it, or to get it, like wrestle our heads around some of these things that that may just go over our head at first and we don't really soak them in. And a lot of it is a mystery, and it's good to contemplate that mystery of God. Like, how does a Trinitarian God work? How can he be Father and Son and Holy Spirit? How can he be fully conscious when he's Jesus? Is he still all-knowing, all-powerful? So it's, yeah, on paper it's just pretty straightforward, but when you think about it a little bit more, it's like, oh, there's a greater mystery here. So I really encourage you to contemplate that and think about, what do you not understand? And yeah, it's good to explore those questions that we have and maybe take it to someone who does know a little bit more, or just to sit with that with God in prayer. So yeah, that's a little bit about the profession of faith and the prayers of the faithful in Mass. So the last part of the liturgy of the Word before we go into the celebration of the Eucharist, like the second part of the Mass where we encounter God. So that is all, and may God bless you, and I pray that you get to Mass as soon as you can. All right, bye.